Hey everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. Today I'm showing off a fun little deck I just made, which is all centered around using the brand new Kobolds and Catacombs card, Marin the Fox. So when you play him, he summons a 0/8 treasure chest on your opponent's side, and when you break it you get some really cool cards. We'll get to see those a bit later. But basically this is just a very gimmicky deck, all about having fun and getting as much out of Marin as you can. So what I've done is, basically the whole point is to get him and Bran in your hand. This is only wild, obviously. Get them both in your hand near the beginning of the game. Get Thaurissan down for even 1 tick is enough, pretty much. Like 2 or more is ideal. And then you can use, I've included 2 Crazed Alchemists as a way of killing off the treasure chests, and also Shadow Word Pains as ways of killing off the treasure chests. And those have worked really well. And also Moat Lurkers, as a way of not only killing it off, and then also bringing it back again so you can kill it again. So you just get so much value out of old Marin. Now, I've only played 2 games with this deck, both actually, but what I'm thinking it kind of needs is, Eternal Servitude to try and bring back Thaurissan so you can get as many ticks as you can. So I'm thinking we probably only need 1 Moat Lurker. So we can get 1 in there at least. I'm thinking the other Northshire Cleric, because they're usually just kind of hanging around in hand, not doing too much. So I think that'll be a change going forward, which won't be in this video. Basically, the rest of the deck is just about survival. So you've got Potions of Mana to try and clear off early boards, Shield for more draw, Shadow Visions to hopefully get more Shadow Word Pains. Whatever you need really in the situation. You can get more Servitude, or Entomb was a big one I liked picking up. Shadow Word Death, survival. Healing Potion, survival. Board clear, board clear, board clear, board clear, survival. More resources. And then just for fun we've got Yogg. Because you play quite a lot of spells in this deck. I actually had an incredible game with him, I'll show some footage of it right now. But he pretty much saved that game for me. That game didn't work out well. I didn't get to play Marin the Fox properly at all. But yeah, Yogg kind of helps a lot. And there's also one of Marin's cards is draw a card and add 2 more copies of it to your hand. So if you can pull 3 Yogg-Sarons in your hand, you can have a lot of fun, and that's what this deck is about. So let's go check a game out with this deck. Alright, so we're against a warrior. We've already got Bran in hand. I decided to keep the Moat Lurker here. You probably don't need it. This early in the game, honestly. Really, you just want Bran, Thaurissan, and Marin the Fox in your hand. Anything else, it doesn't really matter. I figured this was either Control Warrior or Pirate Warrior. If it was Pirate Warrior, I was going to die no matter what I kept in my hand. If it was Control Warrior, I had a bit of a chance. And luckily it did turn out that he was a Control Warrior. So in fact, we just spent the first 4 or so turns of me healing him and him armoring up. So we will cut ahead to like 4 turns later when we get past that. So you can see over on the left, literally nothing has happened the entire game. We drew Marin, which was nice. Turn 6, thank God we finally drew Thaurissan. Because you can see my hand, I just wasn't doing anything. We've got some good board clear stuff in there. Ideally you don't want to use your Shadow Word Pain on not the treasure chests. So this is the exact moment when I was starting to think, I could really do the Eternal Servitude to bring him back. But for now, we just have to wait until turn 9. And then we can definitely get Bran and Marin down. If you want to be super safe, you can wait for turn 10, and then you can get the 2 chests down and kill one of them off with Shadow Word Pain right away. And then probably Moat Lurker the next turn. But I think he's going to play something big here, yeah. Baron Geddon, so we still have 1 more turn to kill off. We will just entomb that. And believe it or not, that Baron Geddon will be an integral part to this game a bit later. Does anyone else get that like really annoying lag? It basically just, Hearthstone just freezes for a moment. Like you can still use your mouse and everything, but just like nothing happens. Because I've had this for a couple of months and it's really annoying.
I can wait no longer.
Aha. Okay, coming up to turn 9. He's not enraged yet, so I think I really just wanted footage of this happening. There's Marin. You can actually buffer a little Bran up. So we got 2 chests down there right now. I think like every deck is running Marin right now, just because he's brand new yesterday when this video is going out. Now he did this, I was like, the fucking genius, he is going to execute the chests. And I said it was a mistake at the time. I don't think it is, because I think the chest reads summon, or like give a really cool treasure to your opponent. So it's worded kind of weirdly. What we can do is we can Moat Lurker one of them. We can Shadow Word Pain the other one. Actually, we can Crazed Alchemist the other one. We got the Golden Kobold, which is just replace your hand with random legendaries. Boom, this way we get a bit bored. So yeah, it says give your opponent a fantastic treasure. So I think if he'd executed it, it still would have given me the treasure. Yeah, unfortunately I got another Kobold, which kind of sucked. Okay, we're having to spend a few of our resources just on survival, so like we'll Shadow Word Death him next turn. We will probably Pain the treasure chest. So we'll Pain it. Hopefully we get something different from a Golden Kobold. And we actually get the probably the weakest of the spells. Well, not weakest, but we didn't get much out of it. So pretty much what we'll do here is we will heal ourselves and then just throw all the other cards away. Let's see what we can get. An assorted bunch. We got the little prince down there, and luckily we are out of 3-cost cards in our deck now. So we can actually use that on potentially that Lich King right there. But my hand is rather devoid of a solution to that Lich King, unfortunately. And he will prove to be a bit of a pest. Until we draw a Moat Lurker. So what we can do is we can get a copy of the Lich King, and then just kill it off with the Moat Lurker. So like in some situations, maybe it's good to keep 2 Moat Lurkers in the deck, but I will try it a little bit more without one of them. And see how it works. Because really this deck is just for fun.
My hand is full.
Anti-magic shield, he burned a card. Sweet. Let's hope he doesn't have anything that deals 3 damage to all enemies. Fuck. And he's back. I have no more Shadow Word Deaths in my deck. And Entomb would help. Dragonfire Potion would help if he's taken some damage. Yeah, we got some really cool legendaries in our hand there. And some pretty useless ones in this situation. So I figure we'll just go Lich King to Lich King, hopefully he'll just kill it to take it out. That would work quite well. We got a second anti-magic shell. So we can build up a cool board. How far are we in? We are only halfway through this match. It's a pretty lengthy match. So he manages to death grip Yogg-Saron, which really sucked. Because, I mean, like, even if you're going to lose horribly, you can still play Yogg-Saron and have a good time. Still haven't dealt with his Lich King. How many ticks has he got off this? 1, 2... Wow, this is only the 3rd one coming up. That's the 3rd card he's got. And I mean, he is burning a card each turn. Okay, so we got the Dragonfire Potion to clear it off after it takes some damage. We'll get Holger down. And Van Cleave, just have something on the board. It's like all we need to do is hit it for, 3 damage? And then we can just do the Dragonfire Potion to get rid of it. So I think he burnt a Shield Slam and Shield Block so far. And he got Obliterate from it. Is he just going to go for face? He's going to clear, interestingly. I mean, whatever, as long as I can clear a Dragonfire Potion. That's a bit of a strange choice. Oh, he just wanted to dump something out of his hand. Not a strange choice. Definitely Dragonfire Potion first, and then Zeril. Or Kazakus. Go right for 10. I was looking for Res 3 minions here. But we got Survival. And then I figured, you know, he's a pretty legendary heavy deck right now. He's played like 4 so far. He's probably got more in there, so we'll go for the Mass Polymorph. I figured it was an okay choice.
I will crush you.
Oh no, it's Yogg. Hell yeah. He knows he's my Yogg, not yours.
Astonishing.
He even lost a mana crystal, it's so great. Okay, this is where we can start the comeback.
So many wonderful poisons.
So I think what the plan is here is to do anti-magic shell on my boys. We'll get some more survival. And now we're starting to get a pretty decent board. And like just like that, like all the legendaries are gone. We've only got Gazrilla and Cruel left. And at this point I was realizing, wow, most of my deck is really useless. I mean, it's all about survival, but not winning. But somehow, I figured a 7-9 was just a good body on this board. We obviously were not going to get his effect. Got no demons in there. Baron is not a demon, he's an elemental. And I mean, if this board survives, we can do anti-magic shell again. And we've got a, was that a 9-11? Oh. And of course he has a Marin the Fox as well. I was like, if it survives this turn, I will return it to my hand and just never play it. Deprive him of his mystery treasure, but he got it, unfortunately. Yeah, you probably don't want to play Marin without being able to kill off the treasure chest right away. I was pretty lucky when I played it in this game. What was the plan here? I was really hoping for an Entomb, which I could have had if I'd played this a little bit better. Order. In fact, I think we just Entomb anyway. I was going to anti-magic shell. I was just checking that his Gorehowl wasn't going to be able to kill Cruel before I buffed him. Just like that, he's on 12 health. I think this would have been it if Cruel had died in this brawl. I mean, I still had Gazrilla as a bit of a threat, but he wasn't too much. Okay, right here I was praying so hard to draw Entomb. I needed Entomb. Needed that last Entomb in the deck. Bam. 1 in 6 chance. It was very lucky. So what we do is Entomb, buff him up to 11 attack. He is 1 off dying, and I've still got 24 recovery, 34 recovery in hand over 2 turns. I was feeling okay. This deck surprisingly did okay. But I think, like, if the legendaries I got hadn't been useful, it just wouldn't have worked.
Brilliant.
I guess he knew he only had 2 minions left. And just like that, I'm now facing down a lot of damage. But like I said, we got 34 healing, armor, 34 life in hand. So I think what we'll do first is draw a card and then just heal for 12. I was trying to figure out if I could just fatigue him, but no, he would still be on 1 life. So I'll save his Marin for when I can best use it. There's the game just hanging again. Really annoying. So we'll heal and won't even give him a card in his deck, because I wanted to start taking the fatigue damage. I think he'll put the cards in his deck himself. Bear in mind, he's still got a Marin the Fox card in his hand. A little present. Over on the right. That's the last card. Draw a card and then fill your hand with copies of it. God, can you imagine doing that with Gogsaron? So I am 3 damage off lethal right now. I was thinking like I could Kazaka's Potion, put it down to a 1-1. But I think if we do Baron Geddon, he'll just take fatigue damage. Like, he can kill Baron Geddon here, but he will fatigue himself to death on the next turn. So what's his big plan? It is to play... Who knows? I'm pretty sure he just doesn't have a way out. He's already used like all his armor up stuff. He's playing the rest of his stuff here. Well played. We did it! And I wanted to cheekily play his Marin as well before I killed him. So there you go, that was a fun little deck based all around getting as much treasure from Marin the Fox as you can. It's an interesting little deck. It can definitely use some tweaking. Let me know if you've got any thoughts on how to improve it. But that was it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!